A very good morning, students. I hope that you are fine at your place. So beta, that day we discussed some terms related to a wave. We have done crust, trough, wavelength, and today we are going to discuss time period, frequency and the amplitude. So what is the time period? It is the time taken by a particle of medium to complete its one vibration, and it is denoted by the letter T, and the SI unit is second and the symbol is small s. Next we are having frequency. What is the frequency? It is the number of vibration produced by a particle of the medium in 1 second, and it is denoted by the letter F, and the symbol for the SI unit hertz is Hz. It can also be defined as the number of waves passing through a point in 1 second. So you can say that the frequency of a wave is always equal to the frequency of vibrations of its source, and it is the characteristic of the sound. It is the characteristic of the source that produces the sound. So sound is produced by which characteristics? It is produced by the frequency. This is very important. It is asked in your MCQs that which characteristic of the source produces sound. So the answer is frequency. And you may also note that it doesn't depends on the amplitude of vibration or the nature of the medium through which the wave travels. Next is the relationship between time period and frequency. So you can write time period equals to 1 by f or frequency equals to 1 by t. Means there is a inverse relationship. Next we are having amplitude of a sound wave. So beta, you can write the maximum displacement of the particle of medium on either side of its mean position is known as amplitude of the wave, and it is denoted by the letter A, and the SI unit is meter and the symbol is M. So here you can see that we have considered a wave in which amplitude is shown over here. This maximum displacement on either side is defined as the amplitude. Next we are having how we can represent the wave. It is your last topic and it is very important also. So beta, there are two methods to represent a wave. First one is displacement time graph. Second is displacement distance graph. So first displacement time graph we are going to discuss. So here you can see that we have taken displacement along the y-axis and time along the x-axis. This graph shows you the variation of the displacement with time at a given position. So this thing you have to remember, that here we are considering a given position. That position is fixed and we are just noting down the displacement and the time here. So variable quantities here are displacement as well as time, but the distance, that is the position, is fixed. So this kind of graph is known as displacement time graph. We will take displacement along the y-axis and time along the x-axis. So here you can see displacement is both positive as well as negative, and the amplitude of the wave is represented by the letter A and time period with the help of letter T. So the time period is the time taken by a particle to complete one oscillation. So here you can see the one oscillation completes here. So this is your time period. and the amplitude of the wave is 2 centimeter. So its time period comes out to be 4 seconds and the frequency is 0.25 hertz. How we can find frequency? Frequency is 1 over t. So 1 over 4 will be 0.25 hertz. Next we are having displacement distance graph of a wave. So beta, here we have taken displacement along y-axis, distance along x-axis. Displacement is both positive and negative, and this graph shows you the variation of displacement of particle of a medium at different position with the distance at the same time. So here we have considered same time but different displacement and different positions with the distance. Amplitude is again denoted by the letter A, and the wavelength. Now in case of displacement distance graph, we will talk about the wavelength, that is denoted by the letter lambda, Greek letter lambda. And here you can see the amplitude is 2 and your wavelength is also 2. Got it, beta? So these two graphs, they are very important. You have to make them in your notebook. Next we are having do you know column, that in a longitudinal wave, that in displacement time graph and displacement distance graph, the displacement on plus y-axis shows you the motion of medium particles in the direction of propagation of wave, whereas on minus y-axis it shows you the medium particles, motion of medium particles in opposite direction to the propagation of sound. And you will see that the particles of medium will vibrate normal to the direction of propagation of wave, and such kind of wave is known as transverse wave. The wave in which the particles of medium vibrate normal to the direction of propagation of wave, that kind of wave is known as transverse wave. And what is a longitudinal wave? The wave in which the particles of medium vibrate or travels in the direction of propagation of wave, same to the direction of propagation of wave, that kind of wave is known as longitudinal wave. And the sound waves produced in strings are the transverse wave. So here you can see when the vibrations are produced in a string, the motion of the particles is normal to the direction of wave. So that kind of wave is known as transverse wave. Thus the sound waves in string are the example of transverse wave. So with this we are done with the chapter. The next topics are not in your syllabus. So we are having only 5 questions from the back exercise. They are: how does sound travel in air? So beta, how does the sound travel in air? It travels in the form of longitudinal wave. What is a longitudinal wave? The wave in which the particles vibrate or move in the direction of propagation of wave. Explain the mechanism of formation of longitudinal wave when source vibrates in the air. So this you can do the experiment of a metal strip that is given in your book. Define the following terms: amplitude, frequency, time period. So this you can write from some terms related to the wave. Obtain relationship between the time period and frequency. So time period equals to 1 upon frequency. So with this we are done with the syllabus of your term 2. Thank you. Have a good day.